I'm just heading home from a meeting, and it's nighttime here. It's 9 o'clock. And I understand from a friend of mine that there's some kind of a ransom cyber attack on the oil pipelines. And I was curious because there was, 50 people at the gas station trying to get gas. And I'm looking here now, and there's nobody here. I suspect they don't have any gas. There's not one person here. So we'll look over here at this gas station. This is a Shell. Their light's off. I'm assuming they're out of gas too. So how about that? Last night on the way home from my meeting down in Greer, South Carolina, I noticed a whole pile of fossil fuel cars in a gas station, all waiting to get fuel. And then I went up further on, and there was 2 gas stations closed. Apparently, they're out of gas. This morning, I'm going to take a ride, and we're going to check out the gas station situations. Apparently, there's some kind of state of emergency here in North Carolina for fuel stations. So let's go check it out. Hank and Luna are here this morning. They wanted to go for a ride, so we're going to go check out the gas stations in our area and see what the situation is. It is Tuesday, May 11th, the day after the state of gasoline emergency. We're headed north here to the town of Columbus. I know there's a couple fossil fuel stations there. We're going to check out and see what's going on there. And we're going to drive around our local area and see what the situation is here. I'm in the town of Columbus here, North Carolina. It's about 6 miles north of the South Carolina border. There's 2 fossil fuel stations down here. Let's see what status is. This is a no-name. Looks like they're doing construction, but I don't see any fuel. Over here, I'm not seeing any activity at all. I suspect maybe they're out of fuel. We'll jump on the interstate here now and head south 26. We'll get off at Landrum Highway. There's the 2 last night that I saw that were out of fuel and closed. And we got one here, this Exxon. We'll go check a look at that one here. All the prices are missing, and nobody fueling, and there's a wrap on every pump. So that's interesting. So they're probably out of fuel. We'll head south now on 26 here and see what's going on. But this Exxon appears to be shut off. No prices on the marquee, and yellow on all the pumps. So we'll head now south here on 26, which is actually east on 26 to Landrum Highway. We'll see what's up. I will say that there's a lack of traffic here on the interstate. It is 8:30, the whole world starts going. So I'm thinking that the shortage of fuel is being reflected here in the traffic. At least coming from North Carolina. The traffic coming at me is from South Carolina, mostly trucks. Wow, this is pretty wild. Normally 26 is packed. We're only seeing a few coming from North Carolina and few coming from south now. Kind of eerie. We're off the interstate now and here down by a couple of fuel stations. We'll check this out here at the Shell station. Yep, same here. It appears the pumps have a yellow bag on each one of the handles. The pumps appear to have yellow handle covers, which indicates that there is no fuel here at the Shell station. So we're going to check across the street here now, see what's up there. This is a local grocery store chain that usually carries gas. It's called Ingles. And it looks to me like they are also out of fuel. As you can see, this poor guy in front of us is hoping to find fuel. There's a sign on each pump indicating they're also out of order. Yeah. Bagged handles and so on. This fuel station appears also to be out, and this car here was apparently looking for fuel. So we'll go check some more. We'll head to South Carolina now and see 5 miles down what the status is there. We are now 5 miles into South Carolina. This is a normal fuel stop. It's usually a little cheaper because taxes are lower. And just like the other stations in North Carolina, everything here has a yellow bag on it. Apparently they are all out of service as well here in South Carolina. I suspect if you bought yourself a new fossil fuel car and can't get fuel for it, I think you'd be pretty nervous about now. Let's go across the street and we'll check out the large stations across the street. This is a very large fueling station here across the street, and if anybody should have gas, these guys should. So let's see what the story is. It's a Circle K, pretty well-known brand of store. And oh yeah, well, apparently these guys have some fuel. They are a line of people waiting to fuel up here. Imagine all these people are certainly glad to get fuel of some kind. Here is diesel stations, and they appear to be out as well with the trash cans in the way. So all these poor truckers without fuel, they're going to have some issues. This is the State of the Union with little or no fuel here. I imagine they'll have fuel for as long as their tanks hold out. The diesel tanks appear to be out for all the truckers, and they are here. Yeah, I know, Hank. Hank's crying for these people too. I hear it. All right, well, let's move on. We'll see if there's fuel someplace else. This is right along Interstate 26. This person just came out of the other fueling station and had no luck, and apparently there's no fuel for that gal either. So on to the next intersection. Let's see what we can find down here. So this is the intersection of 176 and Highway 11, town of Campobello now. I'm not sure if there's any fossil fuel stations around. We're going to check though. No, I don't think so. We're going to hit up Highway 11. This is Highway 176. You guys been on it with me a lot. The doghouse is right there. A little place to eat. And we're going to go straight across here and go on Highway 11, or continue on Highway 11, I should say. I know there's a big station up at Highway 11 and Highway 14 that I saw last night that was packed with people. I don't know how their fuel supply will hold out, but it may still have fuel this morning or not. We'll find out. So here is the big station I saw last night, packed with cars. Looks like there's another bunch of folks here waiting to fuel up. Yeah, this place looks like it has fuel. I think it's probably supplied with maybe a pipeline, but I couldn't tell you. It's at the corner of Highway 14 and Highway 11. There are cars waiting over here to get fuel, and it looks like every fuel stand is full. I suspect folks are really happy to get this fuel. So anyway, one gas station here in South Carolina has fuel. It's good to see. So let's go check out a couple more here, see what's going on. I suspect they're limiting the amount of fuel people get too. So let's go on to the next place. I'm on Highway 14 now, headed northeast, and we're heading into the town of Tryon here next, just to see what's going on, see what the fuel situation is in the town of Tryon. That is in North Carolina, so let's have a look there. I suspect if I owned a fossil fuel car and that was the only mode of transportation, I might be getting awful nervous, possibly panicking at this point, not being able to get any fuel. Let's go check out Tryon now. It's just ahead here. This is 176, also known as Asheville Highway. We're heading in town now. The city of Tryon is up ahead. We're going to see the fuel status there. Of course, that fuel station was in the 30s, no longer in operation. Yeah, that's a cool gas station, you can see. I bet you folks would think they'd love that to be online about now. City of Tryon, dead ahead. This is the town of Tryon. Oof, interesting here. It's an old place. It's also a railroad town. Kind of neat. And I do not think there are any fuel stations here in downtown. I think maybe across the town, maybe. We'll drive through town looking for maybe a fuel station. Again, I'm not sure, but we'll check it out. City of Tryon's been here a while. I don't know how long. I would bet in the early 1900s. It's a thriving place now. A lot of folks come here for dinner and hang out. And it's kind of cool. A lot of old buildings, but pretty well kept up. This is the local car dealer. The only ones here. And I'm thinking there's no fuel stations here. Well, we'll drive down the end here and come back. Check it out. Yeah, so there is one fuel station in town. It's right here. I think it's part convenience store. We'll drive through. I'm not seeing anybody here. I'm guessing they're perhaps out of order also. Okay, and yeah, as I suspected, they're also out of fuel here with bags on the handles. Well, it's sure pretty slim here. I would imagine you're getting pretty panicky about this point, not being able to find fuel. We'll head back through town now, and there's one more fuel station, might be hidden enough. It's located just east of downtown Landrum. There might be something there. Just heading back through Tryon now, following this pickup truck who stinks to high heaven. Sure, he needs some kind of an emissions check. I'm here in the Model Y with really good filtering, but I still smell the guy. Wow, it's kind of creepy. No traffic hardly today. One or two cars here and there. But I can see why. This is Highway 176. I'm heading south. On the left there, all covered in weeds, are the railroad tracks that aren't used anymore. Old place. Heading back home, but I'm going to try one more fueling station just to see if they have any fuel. They had a few cars last night when I came by this way, but I kind of doubt they're full of fuel anymore. I would suspect it's all gone. Alright, so here's a hotspot fueling station. As you can see, there are cars all the way out on the highway. Apparently there is some fuel here, and they have possibly some people here with fuel. They're all waiting. South Carolina here. Man, I'd hate to be in that line, hoping to get some fuel. All right, well, there's one more location up here. We're going to check that out. So on the east side of Landrum, and it looks like this station is also out. There were cars here last night fueling up, and I suspect they sucked the tank dry. This place is also out of fuel. And I guess that's really the iconic word of the day. No gas. Here's the saying of the day: no gas. I've been parked outside of the local grocery store gas station here and watching people come and go for at least 45 minutes. It's pretty wild. I'm really sorry that the fuel is stopped here, and I see though that it appears most people are starting to panic, not being able to get fuel. There's probably been 40-50 cars in the time I've been here that have driven through the gas station. Sorry about that, but that's the way it goes when you have one source of fuel for your only vehicle. After seeing all of the near panic today trying to get fuel, let me tell you, this is my fuel here in the Model Y, and this is how I get fuel. I don't freak out. It's always available. I plug it in, and that is how I get fuel. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like, click subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon to not miss anything going forward. If you'd like to buy yourself a Tesla, and after seeing today, it's probably a really good idea, the referral link shown at the bottom of the screen gets you 1,000 miles or 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching, and take care.